नमयं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा. So first I convey my Tandavat Pranam and humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of the assembled Vaishnavas, and I pray to all that I can express the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and our Acharyas and the Amar Puran Srimad Bhagavatam, and I can be an instrumental as I can easily in a very comprehensive way express my topics. So I first want to tell a story. So once upon a time, a person fell down from a 3-story floor, and a big sound happened. So all the people from the other stories, other stairs, and other rooms came out and wanted to see what's happened there. A big sound, and they asked, "What happened?" Then the person stood up and told, "Nothing happened. Don't worry. Just a trouser fall down from the 3-story floor." So they asked, "A trouser fall down, had fallen down, and such a big sound?" Actually, I was within this trouser. So what does it mean? It means we never want to see our status in minimal situation, in minimal level. We always want to see ourselves in a state where our status will be too much considered and too much honored. So why this is happen? Because of our false ego. So today my topic is false ego according to the Canto. So today I will describe the false ego. So my content is I will discuss what is false ego and why God creates this false ego. What is the nature of the false ego, how it works, effect of false ego, do devotees also have false ego, and what is the remedy. So what is false ego? False ego means misidentification of our own self. So when we forget our real constitutional position, who am I, and mistakenly or intentionally, when we consider us as the body and in the bodily condition and act like this, then we are in false ego. I will clear this. So thinking oneself as what he actually is not. So in this picture we are seeing a cat. He is seeing himself in the shadow as a tiger. So actually he is not a tiger. It's not a tiger. He is not a tiger, but thinking himself as a tiger. So at the same time, we have a propensity to consider ourselves in such personifications what I am not, and why this is happening. So another clear clarification in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.26.61, identification of the body with the self is called false identification or false ego. So why this false ego condition happening, and why we are identifying ourselves in this wrongly manner? It's happening when practically when someone rides very fancy car, he becomes so absorbed in this car, sometimes he thinks himself as the car, and when a rickshaw hit him or hit this car, he says, oh, you hit my car, you just pierced my heart. Okay, but car is another entity and the person is another entity. But for the deep absorption with the subject matter, he is thinking this matter as himself. And another very interesting example Srila Prabhupada always gave in this Srimad Bhagavad Gita, like Khajanji or cashier. So sometimes cashier counts a lot of money every day, and he by counting this money every day, every hours, he is so indulged in this money. Sometimes he thinks himself as the owner of this money, and and he is acting as an owner, but he is counting a crore amounts of money every day, but his salary is 10,000. But acting like crorepati. This is the propensity of us. So there's a very prominent statement of Srila Prabhupada in a lecture on 1.1.1, Caracas, February 21, 1975. The car is Ford, but Ford is not the car. Sometimes we match this Ford and car at a time. So car can be Ford because the car brand name is Ford, but the Ford cannot be car. So in this way, try to understand everything is God, but everything is not God. In this way, you have to understand. Actually, knowing our real identity and stay on this sthiti is the ABC of spiritual real or spiritual knowledge. That's why in the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna in the beginning taught Arjun about who are you. You are the spirit soul, you are not this body. If you are convinced in this statement and you understand this, then 95% problem of your life will be solved. In this world, there's a lot of wars, lots of conflicts, lots of resolutions are happening only for this misunderstanding. Because we are thinking ourselves, I am this body, I am not this spirit soul. And I will clear, if we know that we are the spirit soul and we are the part and parcel of the soul, how 95% problem of this world can be solved. The false ego of identifying one's body and claiming things processed in relationship with this body is called Maya. Why Maya? Maya means which is really not. As soon as the living entity forgets its real constitutional position of eternal servitorship, which is our constitutional position, we are the eternal servant of the Lord. But when we want to lord over the matters and the words and the subjects, then the real problem, false ego coming out. And wants to instead to anger himself by sense gratification, he is captured by Maya. This capture by Maya is the consciousness of false identification with the body and attachment for the possessions of the body. Similarly, what I showed previously, by counting money and absorbing in it, by riding in fancy car and absorbing in it, he's got attached to this subject matter. Similarly, being in this body for the innumerable lifetime, we are also absorbed in this body and thinking ourselves, I am this body and I am the doer. And how this false ego works, we will see. So question is how false ego comes. So by the reference of third canto and second canto also, second canto in fifth chapter, third canto fifth, third canto 10th, and third canto 20. And there's in Narad Brahma Sambad, second canto, in Maitreya Vidu Sambad, Maitreya Rishi described the Srishti Karya. There is Karan Srishti, there is Karya Srishti. This is Sarvabha, and in Visargabha, how Brahma creates. So we see in Karan Srishti, the Karan Vishnu, he glances over the equilibrium of three gunas, which is called pradhana. There is three factors included. One is Lord's glance, one is the swabhava of jiva, and the one is time factor, which actually agitated the gunas and transforms into the Mahatattva. Then the Mahatattva, according to Vishnu Chakravarti, excuse me. According to Vishnu Chakravarti, this Mahatattva is prominent in Sattva, but for the creation activity, in Mahatattva there are two types of guna. Firstly, Sattva and Raja. When Lord wants to create this world and glance on the pradhana, then pradhana is added into the Mahatattva. Then the Sattva gun transforms into the Raja, because for creation Raja is important, and it is also called Sutra Tattva. Then by the mixture or combination of Sattva and Raja, the Tama is called Ahankara is come out. And then the five elements, five things, and the other Srishti Karya is going on. And after when the Mahatattva transformation getting into the shining egg, but not continue the Srishti Karya, then Lord mercifully entered after 1,000 years, entered into it and give it the life or activity, and he take the slumber mood there. This is the Sarva. So we see that in Sarva also the Lord creates the Ahankara for continuing Srishti Karya. Why Ahankara? We will hear. And in Visarga also, we see when Brahma started this Srishti Karya, Sasarje, Sasarjangra Tamistam, Ototamistam Aditi, Mohamohamcha Momcha, Tomocha Abdana Victor. He also first created Tomo, means Avidya, by the reference of Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. This Avidya means thinking this body as the self, Ahankara, false ego. And for this false ego, this jiva thinking themselves as I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. So why Lord creates this? Lord creates this. At first I told the swabhava of jiva. What is the swabhava of jiva? When we are in spiritual work, we wanted to enjoy like God, like the Lord. But it's not possible, because a child cannot eat that much, how much his mother is eating, or how much masalas, how much recipes his mother is eating, he cannot digest it. So that's why mercifully Lord creates another recipe for this child as he can digest. It's his mercy. So that's why if he can remember the past activity of with the Lord, he cannot digest or enjoy this material world. Then mercifully, to the instruction of Brahma, he created this Tamo or Avidya, as he can forget and enjoy unlimited. And at a time, he also entered in everyone's heart and in this world also to save us. And he sends some sadhus, some gurus also. Because this question can come. This is selfish attitude. God creates false ego. So we are indulging in false ego. So what's the need to what's the need to come out from it? So that's why it's not good for us, but to give us an experience. He created this and to also save us from it. He also came on it and sending his agents. So this false ego also has three dimensions. Once in goodness, once in passion, and once in ignorance. It's from the reference of 3.5.29. So, what's the nature of the goodness false ego people? They think that he and everything in this world is God. So in Bangladesh there is an ashram, Tapo ashram. So there is written in their wall, আমিও ভগবান তুমিও ভগবান, অতএব ভগবানকে খোঁজার জন্য নয়, ভগবান হওয়ার জন্য চেষ্টা করো। सो मैं भी भगवान हूँ, तुम भी भगवान हो। भगवान को ढूंढने का जरूरत नहीं, तुम भगवान होने का प्रयास करो। ओके, सो दैट्स द नेचर एंड दे लव द प्योर डिवोटीज। व्हाई? दे थिंक जो लोगों का खाना नहीं है घर में वो लोग साधु होता है। ओके, सो इन बांग्लादेश दे थिंक the people who don't eat food well, who have no education, who have no good study, they are sadhus and they love and guru with you. That's okay. False even passion try to lord the material nature. They think themselves as the doer and think them as an agent, and the agent to plan the farewell of all. I will spread happiness in this world. They are seculars. They tell themselves, I am Pragadashil, I am secular. Okay, to doing well for others is our mission. There is no God. Okay, and false in ignorance. They want to become one with the Lord and think them God. And it's a very big offense, we know by the reference of scripture. And their goti is klesho odhikotara, very distressful. According to Vishnu Chakravarti, Madhurya Kandadini, he mentioned 5 things as the cause of sufferings. Why people or jivas in this world suffers. At first he mentions avidya, the lack of knowledge in nitya and anitya. When a jiva cannot discriminate what is nitya, what is anitya, the body is anitya, and then the soul, the nitya, and the part and parcel of the Lord. My duty is to serve Him. By serving Him, I will be happy. By detaching from Him, I cannot be happy. I will be a scrub. How? Till I screws in this laptop. With this laptop, it has value. When it will be detached from this laptop, it will be scrapped. It has no value. And when some particles from lava, Agnogiri, detached from this, it can survive for some time, but after few time, it will be diminished. And Ashmita, false ego. Why from false ego came? When we cannot discriminate nitya and anitya. And they think then this person have iron mind propensity, and from iron mind propensity they have raga, attachment to the material happiness. Then they want to lord over the material energy and want to enjoy. Then they heart rate towards sufferings, and they don't want to have the sufferings, only happiness. And deep attachment to body happiness. Because they think I am this body and I won't die. Because of their avidya, they forget or intentionally they don't want to remember. False ego means I am this body. Srila Prabhupada here in a lecture gives a very nice clarification. I like it. False ego means I am the body. The expansion of this I am this body means I belong to this family. I am the husband of this body, I am the father of this body. This is called 12th conception. So I wanted to give the title false ego, the 12th conception. How this is 12th conception, Srila clarifies. We have 10 senses, 5 corporeal and gyanendriyas. And they have one boss, that is called mind. And over the mind, there is a boss, is false ego, who is leading everyone. So there is 11 and over 11 is 12. Then that's why Srila called this the 12th conception false ego. And then it is mind, all momenti. In 5.5.8, Srila mentioned. And for this conception, they think that, oh, without me, how they will survive? I am helping them. I am the essential person of this family. And after satisfying this family, he wants to satisfy the society, then the nation, then international level. He wants to survive. He wants to serve. Okay. So that's the factor. So, and after that what happens? After that, when he started to think himself, I am the doer, I am the essential part of this family, of this society, of this nation, then gradually he thinks himself, I am God. Because I am earning, I am serving, I am not dependent on others. So, what's the task of God here? Okay, I am the Annadaata. Like Hiranyakashipu, like Ravana, which was the cause of their destruction. I am God, so it's easy to blame him. They say God is in all things. So if God is in me, then I am in God. Therefore I am God. God does not exist without me. Very nice conception. And it's not alone. There is G. Lametta, there is Stephen Hawking, and so on. They don't believe in God and think themselves, and they all are living gradually. So there's this nice leela, but time is short. Once a person was claiming that I am God in front of Srila Prabhupada, and after some conversation, he got toilet. So he told Srila Prabhupada, I am coming. I just coming. No, why you are going to toilet? You are Lord. Sit, please, sit. No, Prabhupada, after coming, I am God. After some coming toilet. So you are the servant of toilet. You are not controlling this toilet. How you can control this whole world? So that's the thing. In Bhagavad Gita, part 15.5 Srila writes, the surrendering process is described here very nicely. The first qualification is that one should not be deluded by pride, because the conditioned soul is puffed up, thinking himself the Lord of material nature. It is very difficult for him to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And false ego is the ultimate cause which binds us in this material world. Here, the reference of Kardama Muni, I am just because of time shortage, I am reading this translation only. Thus, he gradually became unaffected by the false ego of material identity and became free from the material addiction, undisturbed, equal to everyone and without duality. He would indeed see himself also. When he was free from false ego, then the real Atma Tattva he was feeling. Atma Gyan, it is the progression. Then he is feeling his real constitutional position. And then he was able to see the Lord. And the Lord himself come to greet him. And by seeing his devotion, Lord, let this I steer. So, if we can free from the false ego, then we can see the Lord clearly. And here 3.25.10, Devotee also prayed to Kopilavan. Now be pleased, my Lord, to dispel my great delusion. Due to my feeling of false ego, I have been engaged by your Maya and have identified myself with the body and consequent bodily relations. Here devotee is expressing that only due to false ego, I could not come closer to you. Please bless me as I can be free from this false ego. So the acharyas and the proven devotees of Lord, they also agree with these statements that false ego binding us. And I am coming to the solution. 2 minutes. And Maitreya Muni, Suta Goswami was agreeing with this statement in 3.25.16. The purpose is kama and lobha are the symptoms of material existence. The translation is very important, but purpose is more important. Everyone always desires to possess something. It is said here that desire and greed are the products of false identification of oneself with this body. So the kama and the lobha and all the 6 enemies of us is the product of false ego. So from the false ego, everything starts. So that's why we have to work on it. Effect of false ego, devotees or non-devotees. So how this false ego works in the society of devotees? At first, due to false ego, when we think ourselves and the doer, I am doing a lot for our society, and we start to believe in it, then we make offense to the devotees, and gradually this offense transforms to the counselors or the Padmakasha gurus, and gradually it turns into the Lord, and we become envious to the Lord and left the society. And there's an example. Chotush Kumara, due to false ego, they did 2 minutes. They did offense in the lotus feet of Jai Vijay, and Vishnu also did not see these things very goodly. Indra, Brahma warned him, don't fight with the son of Ravana, Meghna. Don't fight with him. He did not care, Brahma. You do your own business. Don't disturb me. I am very powerful. What happened? He became the slave of Meghna, and Meghna became Indrajit. Okay? And as he was offensive to the Brahma and devotee of the Lord, beauty of the Lord, then he offended to his Guru Brihaspati. And for that also, he punished. And then he offended to Krishna. So that's the sequence. So we should be very careful to this false ego. I am the doer, I am the owner mentality. And Duryodhana, they offense to the Pandavas, then Viduras, then Krishna. Okay? So now the solution. What's the solution? We should work on this false ego. False ego like a football. Till the football is pumped up, 22% kicking on it. So when we will be absorbed in false ego, then all the mic reaction will continue kicking to us. So we have to work on it. Till we are puffed up about our false ego, we will be distressed in this material world. We neither enjoy this world and nor be happy. And this false ego is like honey. There is 2 dimensions of honey. Honey is sweet and honey is intoxicating. So when someone appreciated us, it's very sweet. And by hearing gradually, we become intoxicated. Okay? And by intoxication, we do all the mysterious work. So to come out from this madhu, momachi, bees, honeybees, dies in this madhu. Okay? So we have to pray to Madhusudan, who can help us to come out from this madhu. Otherwise, we have to die in this madhu very badly. And we have to practice BIP formula. We all have to be BIP in this house. Who want to be BIP? BIP means very insignificant person. Okay? So every time we have to practice this, I am very insignificant person. How we can be feel that I am very insignificant? We have to associate with the great devotees who are better than us, and then we can realize that I am not so qualified. What I am thinking, okay? And according to His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, fake it till make it. If someone can tell us that, Prabhu, I can pretend I am very insignificant person, but I am not by my heart. Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj says, fake it at least. Pretend it. One day you will be insignificant. And by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, in reference with, he told in a class, falsehood is like mountain. It's very hard to overcome it. But Pongum Longmati Green, Yot Pipa Tamamante, Parmananda Madhavam, Sri Guru Dinatarinam, Sri Chaitanya. Only with the mercy of Guru and Gorango and the devotees, we can overcome this mountain like falsehood. And our eye vision will be clear and will be surrendered to the Lord. And in 2.7.4, Sudha Goswami told, Bhakti Yogana Manasa Summa Pranidamale. By only doing the devotional service, one can get rid of this problem. Even a tinge of material desire won't be in his heart, and he will be happy at last. So that's the that was the topics of false ego. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Any question? Sir, okay, go.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for your nice presentation. I like your presentation. You told about policy going for the non-devotees, how it works, and for the devotees also. But you mentioned one thing. You mentioned about Indra. Indra often offended towards Brahma and Vishnudev, and also
Devotee,
Krishna.
then Guru, then Krishna.
So is that Indra is the same Indra, or it is another?
It's not mentioned in scriptures in which kalpa or when it is happening, but the essence is, if we offense to the
But you told the sequence,
Yes.
sequential.
but
So
in
is
scriptures
it
it's
the
also
same
not
in-
stated that it's different in the. It's also not stated. So we can take it as a learning point.
If there is different Indras, then there is no sequence like that.
Mm.
Then if you offend Vaishnavas, then we will offend Guru, then we will offend Krishna. You told, yes, it
Yes,
correct.
so there is another option, Duryodhana. Okay, sequential. And in scriptures, it's also not as been stated that the Indra is different in this. Okay, maybe different, but this sequential is like that. Generally, it happens like that. We first offend to our similar devotees, then we offend to the seniors, then we offend to the counselors, then Guru, then we avoid Krishna.
And one more question.
Thank you for your question. Very nice question.
Can I ask?
Yes, Guru.
When I read the creation, there is 24 elements. There is one presiding devatas for each element.
Mhm.
So the presiding deities for false ego is Brahma, and we also know that presiding deity like Shankarshan, Vasudev, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. They are the presiding deity for these four antakaranas. Their mind, intelligence, false ego, and chitta. So who is the presiding deity? So how to reconcile these two things?
For Visharga, we can take Brahma, okay? Because I am talking about this Visharga option, okay? I started from this Sharga option, but I uh, emphasized on the Visharga because at first Brahma created Tama to bewilder us and to forget us about the previous memories of us with Krishna. Is it clear?
Anyone would like to answer this question? What is asking? Anyone have any idea? Like he is referring to Antakarana, four parts. Ahankara, Vidya, Chitta, and Mala. There are like two sets of deities that are mentioned. One is like Vasudeva, Nirupati, Sankarsana. And there is also Vasudeva, Shiva, Brahma, and Chandra. So these are like one is called presiding deity, another is like Upasya Devata. These are like two personalities are contained in the same. Like one is like, for example, for false ego, the presiding deity is the controlling deity, you can say, is the Lord Shiva. Not the Brahma, but Shiva. And there is Upasya Devata. Upasya Devata is the Devata to be worshipped to purify that element. That is Lord Sankarsana. It is also, that's why Lord Shiva also meditates on Sankarsana. And for intelligence, it is Brahman, and the corresponding Upasya Devata is Pradyumna. And for mind, it is Chandra. Chandra is the controlling deity of mind. And the Upasya Devata is Anurita.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. So very nice presentation, Prabhu. Also you covered this aspect, especially presentation is also very nice, colorful. Many aspects of Palsi Guru. Only one thing is that take care of the time. What like you should be practicing a little bit.
Right. Thank you.
20 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.